They told us the case was closed. They told us the children were gone forever. But what if I told you everything we believed about the disappearance of Lilly and Jack Sullivan was a lie? Tonight, a new witness steps forward, and their testimony threatens to unravel the entire case. Secrets the authorities buried. Connections they hoped you'd never discover. This is True Crime Vault. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end. The disappearance of 7-year-old Lilly and her 9-year-old brother Jack has haunted not just their small community, but the entire country. It was supposed to be an ordinary spring weekend. Their mother, Malahia Brooks, had picked them up from their father's house for what should have been a quiet visit. But by Sunday morning, they were gone. No forced entry. No signs of struggle. And no ransom note. The children seemed to have simply vanished into thin air. Investigators quickly labeled it a tragedy, whispering about possible abduction or foul play. But as the weeks turned into months, their tone shifted. The case is cold, the RCMP declared. We have no evidence the children are alive. But not everyone was convinced. The timeline was a mess. Witnesses contradicted each other. And strange details kept surfacing, details investigators seemed eager to ignore. Why had Malahia's phone gone dark for nearly 4 hours that night? Why were neighbors reporting unusual activity near her home in the dead of night? And then, this week, the silence was broken. Her name is Cheryl Williams. For months, she said nothing. She feared for her safety. She feared for her family. But the weight of the truth became too heavy. In a trembling voice, Cheryl revealed what she claims to have seen on the very night Lilly and Jack disappeared. According to her, around 3 a.m., she was awake and restless when she noticed lights flickering outside. Peering through her window, she saw Malahia loading her car. At first, she thought nothing of it. But then she noticed the items being carried. Large boxes, duffel bags, and 2 small figures wrapped tightly in blankets. Cheryl said she stepped outside, calling softly to Malahia, who froze. Her face went pale, Cheryl recalled. It looked like she'd been caught. Malahia gave a nervous laugh, claiming she was taking some things to a friend. But the way she slammed the car door and sped away told a very different story. Why didn't Cheryl report it immediately? Her answer was simple: fear. Days later, she says a man in an unmarked car stopped near her house. He rolled down the window and told her, "Best to forget what you saw." From that moment, she stayed quiet. Until now. What makes Cheryl's story chilling is how it lines up with a set of leaked text messages circulating online, allegedly between Malahia and a man identified only as D. In one, he wrote, "They'll never find them if you stick to the plan." Another read, "RCMP won't touch us. They're in too deep." If these messages are authentic, they don't just suggest that Malahia wasn't working alone. They hint at a cover-up reaching into the very system that's supposed to deliver justice. But it doesn't end there. Cheryl claims that 2 weeks ago, she found an anonymous note slipped under her door. 6 words. That's all it said: "They're not gone. Stop asking questions." Handwriting experts who examined the note say it bears striking similarities to Malahia's handwriting. But what was the purpose of leaving such a message? Was it a warning? A cruel game? Or proof that the children are still alive, hidden away from the world for reasons we can only begin to imagine? Theories have exploded across social media. Some insist Lilly and Jack were taken to protect secrets that could destroy powerful people connected to Malahia and her circle. Others believe the children are being kept alive as leverage in a twisted game of control. And then there are those who think the note was nothing more than a hoax, a desperate attempt to reignite attention on the case. Yet one fact remains: Cheryl's testimony has reopened wounds authorities wanted to keep closed. The RCMP now faces growing pressure to explain why these leads were ignored, why neighbors' reports never made it into the official timeline, and why a mother with so many red flags was never properly questioned after the children disappeared. The Sullivan family, meanwhile, is torn apart. Jack and Lilly's father has demanded a reinvestigation, accusing the police of negligence. They didn't want the truth, he told reporters. They wanted the case to go away. And as for Malahia, she remains silent. Her social media accounts are locked. Her phone disconnected. But whispers suggest she's still in contact with someone. Someone powerful enough to shield her from the law. So the question lingers. If Lilly and Jack Sullivan are still alive, where are they being kept? And who benefits from keeping the truth buried? One thing is certain. This case is far from over. And in our next episode, we'll dive into the shocking connections between Malaysia, Darren Geddes, and the RCMP. Links that could explain why this mystery has remained unsolved for so long. Stay tuned. This is True Crime Vault.